Okay, so I just got out of watching Carnifex, which is a brand new Aussie creature feature film that no one knows this movie even exists. I did not hear about this movie up until about 2 days ago. I saw it was playing at my local theatre, and I saw it was a horror film. I saw that it was a creature feature, and that was enough to get me interested. So I watched the trailer. The trailer looked promising. I'm a big fan of creature features. And I really like Aussie creature features, which I think are some of the best, or if not the best of all time. Some of my favourites include The Reef, Blackwater, and yes, including Blackwater Abyss. Despite that being a very controversial statement, I'm a defender of that movie. So yeah, there you go. Now it's out in the world. So yeah, I'm a defender of Blackwater Abyss. And yes, that also includes its very debatable and unbelievable ending. Like, I thought that movie was a tight, compact, claustrophobic, tension thrill ride with a crocodile. They gave me enough out of the premise for me to enjoy myself. And there's definitely a lot of elements from Blackwater Abyss that inspire this movie, just in terms of lighting and certainly its ending, which we will get into. But yeah, to jump right into my thoughts on this movie, no one knows about this movie. I saw no advertising or promotional material floating around online. No one was talking about this movie online. The horror community wasn't even talking about this movie. So yeah, no one knows this movie exists. And I think that is sad for me, because I think this is made by an independent team, and this movie was released under Universal's logo. And I'm surprised with a name like Universal that there's not a big, advertisement, for this movie, because Universal really go full out, with their advertising. And this could be a couple of options. One, they know this movie sucks. Two, they have no faith in the project. Or three, they know people aren't going to pay money to see this movie. I feel like they're the three most logical options, because there was not a single bit of promotional material I saw online from this movie. And I don't know what happened with the marketing for this film. I actually had to physically look up, Carnifex, to find the trailer. As far as I know, it's not on Universal's YouTube channel. You can't find it on their YouTube page. So, there's definitely, some debate with Universal with this movie. But, besides that, let's jump right into this movie. Despite the very low, the very low amount of people that are going to be seeing this movie this weekend, as far as my thoughts on this movie, I only got out of the movie a few minutes ago, so I'm running a Windows 95 computer right now trying to process my thoughts on this movie, because there's some things in this movie that I really like. There were some bold moves that the director made that I can respect. I don't 100% like, but I can respect and appreciate. There were some elements of this movie I just flat out just don't like at all. So this movie really is a mixed bag for me. This was a mixed theatre going experience for me. And I think, to get into some of that, one of the big points for me is the characters. And this movie doesn't attempt to present characters to you, to present them as human beings to the audience. And they do something really cool with the audience, where they take real life events and make that a big part of their character and the job and the role that they are playing in this film. So, like, I really like that. I really like that aspect of their characters. Molly, I think her character name is, like that's how forgettable the characters are to me. I can't remember their names. If you can't remember a character's name, yeah, that's already a big thumbs down. There's a storyline that goes on with her brother that I was interested to see where that would go, but they really do nothing with that storyline. It's mentioned once, and then it's never brought up again throughout the entire film. And if only there was more development on that story, I would have liked her character a little bit more in this movie. And surprisingly enough, I did not like any of the human characters in this film. The best character in this film to me is there's a dog in this movie. And the dog was more of a hero in this movie than the actual humans were. So now take that as you will. The dog was the best part of this movie and was the most emotional and the most entertaining part of this movie. Not to say these actors don't have charisma. They certainly, deliver, good performances in this movie, but their characters are just so dull and so just one-dimensional. You don't care shit for them. So when this creature is attacking them in the middle of the second act, there's no emotion. There's no, like, for some of them, I was literally cheering at the screen, like, I wanted these motherfuckers to die. And yeah, at a point, the characters do become selfish, because once they figure out something, like this job that was once about passion, it becomes selfish and it becomes all about money to them. At least that's how I kind of interpreted their character arcs throughout this film. You guys might view it different. I think the characters are going to be left up to how easygoing you are with how you want your characters presented on screen. What else is there to say about this movie? The creature. There's a creature in this movie. I really honestly don't know what else I'm supposed to say here. The creature. There's a few things I do want to bring up here. The creature really isn't in this movie. It's in the movie for about 5 seconds in the last 10 minutes, and then that's it. And that is honestly, swear to fucking God, that is the best look of the creature in this entire movie, because the lighting in this film is utter shit. I can see what they're going for, and there's some really effective shots. There's some very, very, very well done and effective direction here that I really appreciated. I really liked. I was on the edge of my seat, but the whole movie you were waiting for the creature to appear just for a quick 5-second appearance. I'm not being sarcastic one little bit. The creature's in this movie for 5 fucking seconds, and this is credited as a creature feature, which it technically is, and all of the kills are off screen in this movie. There could have been so much more developed with this creature, because there were a lot of questions that I still have now, that I'm still wondering, that are not resolved by the end of this movie. The questions are still left unanswered, and just to me, like, there's a missed opportunity there. I don't know. Like, as much as I can appreciate the attempt, what they were trying to do for the creature, at a point, you kind of view this creature more as a shadow of the night, more as like a silhouette, more as like this nightmare kind of fuel, and all that. Like, it does kind of come across that way, as to how it's lit and sound, which the sound design in this movie, the sound is great. Like as with all Aussie creature films, the sound is pure. The sound really, a lot of the fear, a lot of the tension comes through the sound. And sound is one of the most important elements of a horror film, and I loved it in this movie. That is the one thing I can give this movie credit for. If the creature's not in it, make your sound design like the main point of fear. And so I really liked what they did. And while it does make the appearance of the creature more of a highlight because it has this really sinister laugh, to me. I'm not sure if it is a laugh. I'm not sure if that's how it actually sounds in real life. But like the sound of this creature, I loved. The laugh is very sinister. It's very sadistic, and I loved it. As I said, the lighting in this movie is not very good. The characters are dumb. There's a scene when this chick's in the car. The light, she switches on a light, and then leaves it on. Car battery goes flat. Oh, fucking great! You can't get out. Good to know, bitch. Good to know. And see, it's stuff like that that really grinds my gears about this movie. And the ending is everything that does go wrong will go wrong. And that's what I mean by it takes influence from Blackwater Abyss, where it goes for that very over the top ending. And while it's the most action-packed sequence of the movie, this movie was still entertaining, I think, either way. I think this was a movie that I still enjoyed. It's a movie I had a good time with. It's a movie that definitely does keep you on edge. I like the attempt at how it presents its creature, because sometimes not showing it is much more effective than showing it, but at a point this movie does drag with its runtime. I don't really have many other thoughts on this movie, so they're my quick thoughts on Carnifex. So take that as you will.